Sung Jinwoo versus Rimuru Tempest is the classic unstoppable striker versus unkillable god matchup. Here's how it would actually play out based on their feats at peak. The fighters at full power. Sung Jinwoo, Shadow Monarch, end of solo leveling. Speed, strength, moves faster than light in later chapters, casually blitzes S-rank hunters and monarchs who are continental-level threats. Physical strength scales to shattering mountains with a casual swing. Hacks. The Shadow Army controls an army of thousands of shadow soldiers, including former monarchs like Bellion and S-rank hunters. They regenerate and fight autonomously. Ruler's authority. Telekinesis plus spatial manipulation strong enough to crush monarchs. Stealth, domain break, and regeneration can phase out of reality, ignore conventional damage, and heal instantly. Dominion. As monarch, he has conceptual authority over death and shadows in his universe. Weakness? Still fundamentally a player with HP, MP, and stamina. He can be overwhelmed if damage output exceeds his regeneration. Rimuru Tempest, End of Tensura Light Novel Volume 20. Speed, strength. Immeasurable after becoming a true dragon, plus multiverse level. Scales above characters who destroy space-time. Strength is basically irrelevant because he doesn't fight physically anymore. Hacks. This is where it gets nasty. Void God Azathoth, ultimate skill that lets Rimuru erase, manipulate, or create space-time, souls, and concepts. CL, or Sage, a near-omniscient AI skill that analyzes, counters, and automates abilities in real time. It can see through any attack pattern. Turn Null, can erase anything from existence at the conceptual level. Immortality, Type 1, 3, 4, and 8. Rimuru exists across multiple timelines, has no soul to target, and regenerates from total erasure as long as his core exists in another dimension. Infinite energy. His magicals are infinite after absorbing Veldanava's power. Weakness? Almost none at endgame. Only things that can affect him are other multiversal conceptual level abilities. How the battle would go. Round 1. Opening moves. Sung Jinwoo starts fast, like he always does. He'll blitz with Domain Break, summon his Shadow Army, and try to overwhelm Rimuru with Ruler's Authority plus Bellion. Against 99% of opponents, this ends the fight in 10 seconds. But Rimuru's CL immediately analyzes Jinwoo's system and shadow magic. CL would flag, target relies on mana, has a physical body, regeneration tied to stamina. Round 2. The Hacks Wall. Jinwoo's attacks land and do nothing. Rimuru's body is just slime and information. He doesn't have organs, blood, or a conventional soul. Even if Jinwoo erases him, Rimuru regenerates from his core in the imaginary space. Meanwhile, Rimuru doesn't need to hit Jinwoo. He uses Turn Null or Void God Azathoth to target Jinwoo's existence directly. This bypasses durability, regeneration, and shadow stealth. Jinwoo's resistance to death helps, but he's never shown resistance to multiversal level conceptual erasure. Round 3. Win conditions. Jinwoo wins if you restrict Rimuru to pre-dragon form, or you say no conceptual hacks, only physicals. Then Jinwoo's speed and army overwhelms Rimuru before he can react. Rimuru wins if both are at end of series peak. Rimuru's CL counters Jinwoo's moves before they happen, and Turn Null or Void God Azathoth erase Jinwoo's existence across timelines. Jinwoo has no feat of surviving that level of reality warping. Verdict. Rimuru wins 8 out of 10 at peak. Jinwoo is absurdly strong and fast, but Rimuru operates on a higher tier of hacks by the end of Tensura. Jinwoo fights like a maxed-out RPG character. Rimuru, by light novel end, is a multiversal administrator who can rewrite the rules of the fight. The 2 out of 10 for Jinwoo comes from bloodlusted blitz before Rimuru thinks, or if you use composite Jinwoo with author statements that put him above his own verse's cosmology. But based on shown feats, Rimuru's conceptual manipulation trumps Jinwoo's physical dominance.